Welcome to the Fanboy and the Hater,
a podcast hosted and produced by Mike Hall and
Jim Harris, where we discuss the best
and worst
in movies,
TV,
and pop culture. Can I just do a little mini rant on the Kessel Run?
Do we have time?
Sure, we have 2 hours? I could do a 2-hour rant. I could actually, sadly, I could do a 2-hour rant on the Kessel Run. In the original Star Wars movie, in A New Hope, when Luke Skywalker and Ben Kenobi are trying to find a ship to get them off of Tatooine, Han Solo claims that the Millennium Falcon is the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. It completed the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. And for the longest time, people made fun of that because parsec is a unit of distance, not a unit of time. So it was essentially like Han saying, I'm a really fast runner. I ran a marathon in 13 miles. Well, if you ran a marathon in 13 miles, you didn't run a marathon because that's half of a marathon. Plus, telling us that you ran it in 13 miles doesn't tell us you're fast because you didn't tell us how long it took you to run the 13 miles. So Star Wars has long been made fun of for getting that one piece of science in your science fiction wrong. So they came up with a way to explain, well, it is actually the half marathon problem. The Kessel Run would be 20 parsecs long because there's only one safe navigable space through essentially what is this giant nebula. There was a way to take a shortcut through the Kessel Run, but it is essentially suicide. It's all filled with asteroids and planetoids and ionized gas and stuff, and lots of ships have tried, but they got destroyed. The 12 parsec thing was taking the shortcut through and the things that they needed to do to actually make that happen. But the way that they did it, they made it worse in some respects. They solved the parsec problem, but they made it worse.
By injecting some of the unrefined coaxium into the fusion reactor, which allows them to escape in 12 parsecs rounded down.
So basically, let's just drop some nitro in the gas tank. The whole idea of being able to make the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs was they needed to be able to navigate that path, but also that the Millennium Falcon had to be fast enough, that it had to be the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. Well, it's not, because they used a one-time only, can never be repeated trick to boost the speed of the Millennium Falcon by dropping the raw coaxium into the fusion reactor so it would fly faster than it has ever flown and will never fly that fast again. So the Millennium Falcon is actually not the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. They cheated by essentially dropping nitro in the gas tank. So again, they fixed the parsec problem, but they did it in a dumb way.
But I will address that because I think they establish it being the fastest ship through navigation, not through necessarily speed. And they do that when they integrate L3's navigation computers into the Millennium Falcon. What I'm saying is when you're talking smuggler speed is getting from point A to point B the fastest, right?
Okay.
So if you can do that through navigation, you're still the fastest ship. Because if you can make it from point A to point B...
No, you're the smartest navigator. That doesn't mean you're the fastest ship.
Did you make it from point A to point B the fastest? You're the fastest ship. So that's my argument on that, and that's why I'm okay with that. The Fanboy and the Hater,
where we discuss the best
and worst
in movies,
TV,
and pop culture.
We are available on all major podcast platforms,
including Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spotify, and many more.
Join us while we argue about the things that we love,
like Star Wars, superheroes, and science fiction.
And the things that we wish were better,
like Star Wars, superheroes, and science fiction.
So tune in to The Fanboy and the Hater.